Hey everyone, welcome into another episode of Flip the Script. This is allegedly episode 9. Alongside my partner in crime, Deba Douglas, Jarret Sandler, happy to be with you, with Michael Prager sitting in the back seat, making sure that we are staying on the road. Deba, good day.
How are you doing today? It feels like it's been forever since we've sat down and chatted.
I know. I think this has been the longest stretch in between recordings, I think.
Yeah. I missed you.
I missed you too. Although I did see you at a charity event, right?
I did a charity event, and then I did a speaking engagement for the Real Estate Besties, which was really fun to talk about real estate and talk about the business side of being a realtor and an investor.
You've been traveling a little bit too.
I have.
Was it Atlanta for the women's?
Yes, I went to Atlanta, and then I am actually going to Colorado for another speaking engagement for like a mentorship real estate thing, which is crazy because I am very an introvert and I don't like public speaking.
Do you need someone to book your travel and to like organize your?
That would be amazing.
Okay.
I need all of that and someone to pick me up where I can just sit in the back seat and just chill.
That is something. If I won the lottery, I would hire a driver.
Yes.
Driving's not. I know there are people out there who they love driving.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Driving's just a way for me to get from A to B. I don't find like tremendous joy in driving.
No, not at all. As long as I can control the radio, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
I do not need any business in driving in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on my phone working on some other stuff. Finding deals.
I like that. Yeah. I would work on funding deals,
Yes.
finding and funding. All right, let's talk about that. So hard money is something that, we've shared this before. It's not the most common funding source or path. It is very valuable for investors. How would you explain why it is such a powerful tool?
Hard money is a tool that's going to help you scale your investment business, scale the real estate side, because unfortunately when you're going to a conventional loan or a regular FHA loan, they ask for a lot more documents. It's a lot more processes. Hard money, you can get in and get out, and you're able to get your house funded, and you can move on very quickly. And the best thing about hard money is that you can close within 10 to 15 days, and then you can move on to another property. And if you're wanting to scale your business, unfortunately, we don't all have $1 million sitting in the bank, so we need hard money, which is willing to give us money so that we can scale and buy multiple properties at one time.
And I'd say 10 to 15 days, we can do 5. We actually have one today. Our processing team, all stars, even with the Amazon outages yesterday, we're closing in 4.5 days on a deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So, but I think that is an important thing to consider, because if I'm a seller, right, and I got 2 similar offers, one is conventional, we can close in 4 to 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. The other one is hard money. We can close in 4 to 6 days, 5 to 7 days, maybe more accurately. And then if there's not that much urgency, 10 to 14 days. But that's a valuable tool to use in negotiations. And that's something that I'm surprised, or I was surprised at first and not anymore. There are people that that they'll get pre-approved, and I'll kind of look at some of the numbers that the reserves. I'm like, I'm surprised they're using hard money. Yeah. And they're like, no. I mean, I don't, this is not something I usually do, but I need to win this deal.
Yeah.
And so the ability to close quickly that's what's allowing me to do that.
Right. And a lot of people that I have gotten, in front of, a lot of them don't even know what hard money is. A lot of them just know the conventional FHA. They go to a regular lender, they get their credit score, they get all that information, and the lender says, hey, this is what you can afford. But what I love about hard money is that it's a whole nother vehicle of making money for yourself, right? You're using other people's money so that you can turn around and regurgitate and make money from the deal. A lot of people have no idea what hard money is, and when you do tell them about hard money, their initial reaction is, oh, it sounds like a loan shark. But they don't realize that this is an opportunity for you to use someone else's money to get what you need so you can make more money and turn around and continue to cycle through and scale your real estate investing portfolio.
This is a great line I saw. Hard money isn't the villain, it's the vehicle. Use it right, and it'll take you where the banks never could. I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that line.
I love that. What I love about hard money is that I have used hard money so much and so often that when I have to go and try to do a conventional loan or a regular FHA loan for like my personal property, I just freak out and just say, I don't even want this. I don't even want to try this process because it's so grueling. It's so intimidating. It's so many documents that you have to provide. You have to show like tax returns and so many different things that unfortunately I think I have really gotten babied with hard money where it's just an easy situation. It's based on the property and we move on.
We have talked at length about how when you are involved in a real estate investing or investment transaction, it's not the emotions are out, it's just the numbers, right? It's just the numbers. The numbers need to make sense. One of the things that people see with hard money is the interest rate. And they worry about how that's going to impact their margins and whatnot. Well, okay. Yeah, I guess compared to a conventional loan, you're giving a little bit there. Now, you're also getting a lot more funding up front that limits your cash to close significantly. So that's a huge part of hard money is it gives you that flexibility to do multiple deals or, buy a new car or whatever it is you need to do. But now that you have done as many deals as you've done, you have overseen as many deals as you've overseen with your mentees. Mm-hmm. Do any of them ever come back, or do you ever feel it at the end? You're like, gosh, I made X, but could have been X plus Y if it wasn't for that interest rate.
Not one. Not one. And if someone was to, I think that is something that we have to overcome in the beginning. When we're meeting with these new mentees, when you're talking to a brand new investor, that's the first thing that's on their mind. Well, look at the interest rate, look at the origination points. Yeah, that's just the cost of doing business. Like, if you did have that money, you wouldn't even be looking at that as an option. But now that you do have an option of some people that, hey, you may have $100,000 in the bank, but unfortunately, here in the DFW Metroplex, you can't buy a house for $100 and use that same $100 to do a rehab. Utilizing hard money is going to get you to the point where you can scale. And then eventually, when you've scaled so enough, you may not want to use hard money. You may want to use your own money. But you have to start somewhere. And that's something that you have to really educate and tell people, yes, it's a higher interest rate, but it's only a 6 to 9 month loan. So if you do it right and you play it right with the numbers, you should be in and out of that deal. And the interest rate is nothing less than just a part of the business.
One thing I was just thinking about, you're talking about people kind of graduating from hard money to just using cash, which, hey, if that's you, we appreciate you for however many deals you use us for. And then if you're going to fly on your own without training wheels, great. That's awesome, right? I mean, that's not. But I was thinking about on the other end of the spectrum, that first time investor. And I think you even shared your first experience, and there are hurdles, there are road bumps that, you just can't really account for until you're in the fight yourself.
Right.
And then, even your next deal, as many as you've done, as many as you've been a part of, your next deal might provide some sort of experience that is totally new, a challenge that's new. But you know how to better deal with those with the more experience you have. And I was just thinking, with hard money, with the cash to close and keeping as much money in your pockets, when you do have challenges, it gives you so much more wiggle room to navigate and get not necessarily to the finish line, although that's the end objective, but just to get to that next solution to help you move towards the finish line. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. Because there are tons of hard money lenders out there. And what I love about Longhorn is that they do give you the opportunity to have 100% financing. Now, the numbers have to make sense. But the caveat of having 100% financing is that they are putting up majority of the purchase and the rehab of the property. That's where you have more money in your pocket, so that when the contractors come back and say, oh, well, we didn't anticipate that, but then when we opened the walls, we saw that you do need to change your whole plumbing line, or you do have wiring that's messed up, and now you have to change all that wiring. You have those reserves in your pocket already so that you can utilize that. Compared to some other hard money lenders that are asking you to bring 10 to 15% down payment on top of closing costs, on top of everything else when the deal does make sense. It's just better to know, hey, I have the reserves in my pocket. If I need it, I'm ready to go, and I can keep the process moving.
All right, one quick random unrelated question, REI question, but not about hard money. If someone were to ask you, hey, Deba, I'm looking at these properties, do you feel like a 1-story or 2-story house is a better investment if I'm trying to flip or turn into a rental? Is there anything that makes you slant one way or the other?
It does. One, I would want to know the comps in that area. Do majority of the comps that are selling quickly, are they 2 stories or are they 1 story? Is the master upstairs? If the master is upstairs, no way, just let it go. Right now, we're in a very, very slow market. So any little thing that is off in that house, your buyers are moving on because you have more buyers. Inventory, you have more buyers than you do. We have more inventory than you have buyers. So any little thing like that is going to cause the buyer to move on to another house. So watch your comps. If the master is upstairs, absolutely not. It does have to have a good flow in the house, so it needs to make sense. If all the rooms are upstairs, I would say let's pass on this right now. If the market was different, I may say something different. But again, I am just following the data of what the market is entailing right now.
It's all a numbers game. People want to reach out to you. How do they do it?
You can follow me on Instagram at Deba Flips Texas and on Facebook at Deba Douglas.
All right, there you go. Episode 9 of Flip the Script. We'll be back with more another time. Thanks so much for tuning in.